Hi there. Thank you for watching this week's video message. So let's talk about some games where we can incorporate some phoneme manipulation. When we are adding in phoneme manipulation tasks, it is okay to be incorporating letters in with our phoneme manipulation tasks. You can read more about that in the IDA's updated recommendations. If you go to the International Dyslexia Association website, you can read a full article that they had released over the summer of 2022 with their recommendations for phoneme sensitivity, building phonemic awareness, or phoneme manipulation tasks. So I have a game here that I have made using the app on my website called Word List Builder. This game has a winter theme because right now the video message that I'm creating is happening in the winter time. So this has a nice winter theme. And when I make the game, what I did was incorporate words that all have silent E. So I incorporated words with long O, long A, long U, long I, and put them into the spaces of the game board. So I am just going to sort of model how I would incorporate using phoneme manipulation tasks using this game board. So when a student rolls the die, certainly you can incorporate whatever tasks you want and create sort of if then situations. But what I would do is this. So let's pretend that the student rolled and moved along the game board and landed on tile. Okay, so what I would do in that situation is first of all have them read the word tile. And I would say, okay, say tile. But this time, instead of t, use what's the word? Mile. And what I would do at that point is I would have tile on a card, and I would either do one of two things. I would have it written on the card. So these are dry erase cards, dry erase index cards, where I would have the word already written, or I would have the student write it out. I would have them write mile, M-I-L-E. Or if you have it already written, then what you would just have them do is erase the T and make it an M, spell it M-I-L-E, mile. Okay, let's say they're moving along on the game board and they land on whale. Okay, they read the word whale. Okay, say whale, but instead of w, use s. What word is it? Okay, so you may have the word whale here, and they'll say sail and make a little change from W-H-A-L-E to S-A-L-E. I would make sure that I would also discuss the meaning since this is a homophone. And I would talk about, well, what type of sale are we talking about here? Okay, and maybe add like a little dollar sign. So we're talking about having to do with shopping and getting a discount. Okay, just always trying to think of opportunities to weave in that language development. All right, moving along on the game board, let's say that a student landed on tide. Okay, and let's read the word tide. We have to discuss the meaning of that for some kids, okay, because there's like I tied my shoe, and then there's the tide that happens with the ocean, and so we have the word tide. Okay, all right. This time, say tide, but instead of d, use m. Okay, so I've changed the position here. Instead of the initial phoneme, I have created a task where they have to recognize the middle phoneme, a little more sensitive to that. So kids really who may struggle with phonemes that aren't in the initial position, that are somewhere else in the word, we do want to be mindful of that and make decisions where they have that extra practice. So tied to time. Okay. And then moving along the game board, let's do one more example. Let's say the student landed on bake. Okay. Say bake, bake. All right. But this time, instead of A, say I. Okay. And what's the word? All right. So we've got bake, and we make a change. And this time it's the vowel from bake to bike. Okay. So we're incorporating a lot of practice with this one game board. We're incorporating decoding, so they have to read the words that are on the spaces. We're incorporating phoneme manipulation tasks in there in the initial, medial, or final positions. And we're also incorporating some encoding. You can have them write and spell the words on here and read them out loud, or make just those single letter changes as you would in like a chaining activity. Okay, so this is just one way to think about how to take a simple game board with spaces on it and really level it up so that we're getting the most out of just one simple game, because it really isn't enough just to sort of move along and read the words. We always are trying to think of, how can I add in a little more challenge, a little more extra practice, okay? So once again, these game boards are found on Word List Builder, where you can customize them and put your own words in there. I will leave the link to it in this video. And please reach out if you have any questions at all. And I hope that you have found this video useful. Thank you so much. Don't forget to follow me on YouTube if you have found these tips to be things that you like to try out with your own students. Have a great day.